Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on?
This is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Lido Loca, and Budget sent me an email. Budget Rental Car sent me an email.
Oh, from the Jeep?
From the Jeep. Welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new here, if you're into cruising, if you like to rent cars, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of our content. So recently we made a video chronicling our adventure, our saga as it were, with our rental car. Our rental car going down to Fort Lauderdale for our latest cruise on the Celebrity Equinox. It was a tumultuous story. It was a story that involved not getting the car that we reserved, and it involved getting a Jeep that Jenny did not like. As a matter of fact, Jenny said the Jeep
sucked.
So we put that
for that ride. But go look at that video.
We love the Jeeps. Yes. So if you haven't seen that video, it's a primer for this one. It's a prerequisite, just like we're back in school. I will leave it linked above and in the description below. But a few conversations came out of that video, a few questions that needed to be answered, and then just yesterday I received an email from Budget Rental Car, and we never reached out to him. So we had some concerned viewers out there that forwarded our information and our video to Budget, and Budget responded. I was super shocked when I checked my email. So first, the questions. Number one question, why do we rent a car? Why do we drive instead of fly to the cruise port? The main reason that we drive, well, there's a couple reasons. Flying for us is a little bit of a challenge because we're a little on the larger side, and sometimes when we want to fly we have to do things like purchase extra seats. We have to ask for that seatbelt extender. Sometimes we inconvenience people on the plane. It's a challenge. It's just one of those deals. But another, and probably the biggest reason why we drive instead of fly, is most of the time when we go to Florida, we visit multiple locations. It's not just about the cruise. We go cruising. I've got a daughter that lives down there. We've got Jenny's mom lives there. We've got people all over the state that we go and visit. And so a lot of times we need the car.
Right. So
the follow-up question to that is, okay, you're going to drive. Why don't you drive your own car? So here's
it's a fair question.
It's a fair question. And here's the scenario. So we have two cars. They're both high mileage. We have one car that's a 2013 that's got 160,000 miles on it. We have another car that's got about 90,000 miles on it, a 2013 car. And the cool thing about these cars is that they're both paid off. Now, if you're familiar with aging cars, the older that they get, the more miles that you put on the car, they're more likely to break down. And so the scenario that we don't want to have is we don't want to be driving one of our older cars for 10 hours, 12 hours, and have it break down on the way to the cruise ship, causing us to miss the cruise. So we don't want to buy new cars. It's super cool not having a car note.
Right.
And so we figure that 3 or 4 times a year, let's pay less than what we would pay for a car note and rent a car that probably will not break down, and that's why we rent a car.
That's right. And also, when it breaks down in a different state or city,
somebody comes and gets you,
and it's a hassle and it's expensive.
Yeah, it's a peace of mind thing. If we're driving our car that's got 90,000 miles on it, and it breaks down in Georgia, then I got to get it towed, I got to get it fixed, and
right.
I got to scramble to get another rental car or get a car, and then I would have to go back and get it. If I'm driving a rental car and it breaks down, they will bring me another car and I can keep going down to the cruise.
That's right.
I'm okay paying money for that.
Yeah. Peace of mind.
So the other question that comes out of that is, how come you don't... So what we do is we will rent a car and we keep it the whole time, and we will drive it down and we will park it and we will pay for parking. Some people rightly pointed out, that's crazy talk. Why would you pay for parking for a rental car?
Right.
That one's simple mathematics, and more times than not, the math has worked out. So when you rent a car and it's a one-way trip, say we take it from Charlotte, say we drop it off in Miami, if you're only going to do a one-way trip, they will charge you, most companies will charge you a penalty for the one-way trip, increasing the price.
Well, and it also depends on what state you go to.
Yes.
So a lot of times they do not like you leaving the car in Florida.
Right. And so what we've done several times is we will do the math. So we will look at the one-way rental, going and coming, and see if that is more expensive than just renting a car and paying the parking. Several times it's just been more economical to keep the rental and pay for the parking. It's cheaper than the 2 one-way trips.
And most of the time, a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
Right.
And then on top of that, we like to take advantage of park and cruise packages. Most every time that we go cruising, we go down a day early. We have to stay the night. And a lot of the places that we stay will have a deal where you can park your car for the duration of the cruise. They have a shuttle, and you can also get a room. So this last trip, when we went to the Hilton Marina in Fort Lauderdale, we got a room for the night for $160, which also included a full week's worth of parking. It's a great deal. I don't know how we got so lucky, but most of the time you can't get a hotel room for $100.
Right.
So we got $100 and parking for $160, and then when you calculate that with the two-way rental, it was a lot cheaper than doing 2 one-way rentals.
Absolutely.
So I hope that makes sense. We do the calculation on it if it is cheaper to drive it and park it. And one other thing is we like to use our car for storage. So if we're going to go other places in Florida, we usually have a suitcase, which is our before cruise and after cruise suitcase.
Absolutely.
That we don't take on the cruise with us. So you got to leave that suitcase somewhere, and the rental car serves that purpose.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, Tony.
I hope that all makes sense. And we're happy to field any other questions, but I think those were the major questions that came out of that. Yeah. Now, to the update of the saga.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah, Jenny doesn't even know what this says. We got an email from Budget to my email account. The way, and of course it says it in here, I guess somebody sent them the video and this alerted them. Again, go watch the other video if you want to know what happened, but basically they didn't have my car and then they charged me for an upgrade, and that wasn't too cool.
No.
That's the short version. Dear Mr. Tony Barnett, so this was sent Monday, September the 9th. Dear Mr. Tony Barnett, we were made aware of your recent rental issues from the review of your YouTube video made by your viewers. I don't know what that means, so maybe the viewers made it known to them, because the viewers that make the video, we did. I want to apologize that this wasn't an enjoyable trip for you and your wife and caused your birthday trip not to go as you would like it to. It was my birthday when we went through this fiasco. I was able to see the location, was able to credit back some of the charges, but not all the charges, and I will adjust the remaining $107.16 back to your account. So when we left it the last time, we paid the $300 for the, $309 for the prepay, and then they charged me another $300 on top of that. One of those charges dropped off, but at the end of the day, they still charged me $200. They credited back $100, and I did end up paying a balance of $107.16. Apparently, they're crediting that back.
Okay.
This will reflect in your account with the next 3 to 5 business days with an updated receipt. We would like, if possible, if you could make an updated video saying we have reached out to you to fix what happened at the location. I understand I can't change your view of what happened by you, more importantly, your wife, but we have escalated. They knew that you were mad, Jenny.
Why?
Maybe because you said it sucked. but we have escalated what happened to the location for them to be aware of what happened as well. If you have any questions, please reach back out to us. Sincerely, Budget people. So, look, in all fairness, maybe they did this so that we would make this video, but I do think it's fair, even if they wouldn't have asked me to. In all fairness, I would have made this video because, we're just trying to be fair. Again, we didn't go out of our way to make this happen. I was fine with the decisions I made in the moment, even though Jenny might not have been fine with the decisions I made. We had a lot of people saying you should have done something different.
But the bottom line is that you never are disrespectful to anybody.
I try not to be.
So, the employees, they were lucky that they dealt with you, and I'm not saying just myself, but other people would have been super upset.
Possibly.
I've been super upset at that location, and you're never ugly. So, kindness should have been, I feel like karma follows you, and I think that Budget did the right thing by getting in touch with you.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, And I guess like, so we're kind of, you know, the cruise lines are really good. Like if they want to smooth something over, they give you a little bit of extra. But you know, I did pay my prepay, and I didn't get any of that back. And I don't guess I should have. But we did go through some hassle. Fine. But I am excited that at the end of the day, I did not get paid. I didn't have to pay anything extra for the upgrade, right?
Yeah, for an upgrade that we didn't want.
That we didn't want. Yeah.
So I think that's what it comes down to. The bottom line is, right?
Yes.
Is that even if they felt that Jeep, which sucked for the ride that we needed it for,
it didn't fit it wasn't a fit for us.
Even if that was the only car that they had, you prepaid for a service, a product.
Right. And they didn't have it.
And they didn't have it.
Right.
So good customer service would have been like, Mr. Barnett, I'm sorry, but I do have this car. I know that you're on your way out of town. Whatever.
Yes.
You know, that should have happened at the location. So I'm really glad that at least their corporate reached out to you.
Yeah.
And I believe that should have been done in the beginning.
Yeah.
But at least they're making up for the poor customer service by having good customer service.
So I don't disagree. At the end of the day, I'm going to be like Uncle Remus. I'm going to say you got to accentuate the positive. And so the net for me, I got hassled a little bit. My lady was upset for a while. I was a little bit in the doghouse. Not too bad. It's more fun than anything. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we didn't get overcharged. And I think that's good. I appreciate Budget reaching out and at least
and our people, our locafam.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thanks for taking care of us.
We appreciate that. So at the end of the day, Budget did refund us what would have been the upgrade charge. I don't know if the Budget people are watching that. It's a nice gesture that I'm not overcharged at this point, and that I didn't get charged for an upgrade. But again, it's a little bit of a challenge because I really didn't get a great service for the money that I spent. So I'll just leave that out there. But I do want to say thank you for not keeping me overcharged with this thing that wasn't my fault. So thank you for that. But in all fairness, we wanted to share with you what Budget had done, and they were trying to they were trying to make they gave us money back. So no charge for the upgrade. So that sets that story straight. And I think this will end the Jeep saga. I hope that
squash it.
I hope that tells everybody why we rent a car, but this scenario has really got me questioning whether I should. And then we've had some friends reach out and tell us about some interesting things with the airlines. Yeah. And so, but again, we're
gonna try that out though.
We still have to overcome this thing of we go to multiple locations in Florida. So if there's a better way to do it, I guess we could fly and then rent a car. It does all sound complicated. I like the fact. Look.
Good thing you know a travel agent.
I don't like to, The older I get, the harder it is to drive hours and hours, but it is nice just to get in a car and drive wherever you want to go.
That's right.
So really, at the end of the day, I appreciate Budget reaching out. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Again, thanks for everybody who helped out, who put the word out, and so yeah, thanks. If you found this information helpful, hopefully it will help you with your rental car experience. Please hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Again, my name's Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Lido Loca. And until the next time.
We'll see you on the Lido.
In a Jeep.
No.
Yeah. No. Okay. Can I rent the next car?
No.
Okay. How about the hotel?
Nope.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the Lido.
And I'm picking out the cruise. Bye.